Howdy folks, Nathan ADLEN here with the Fast Lane car, and as you can see, I have two 2016 Scion IMs. I wonder what IM really stands for. I am quick. Well, that's what they want you to think if you look at all the stuff hanging off it. Maybe I am efficient because they both get really good gas mileage. I am fun. Well, kind of, sort of. One of these has a CVT, a continuously variable transmission, and the other one has a manual transmission, a 6-speed. And coming up next, we're going to compare the two. Everything has improved. Car feels a little lighter, a little bit more frisky, and most importantly, there is a manual transmission here, which is great. Now, there is no sports button. There is a traction control button, but I've found that even if you hold it down for 5 or even 10 seconds, it doesn't fully deactivate. Now, redline, which is at kind of low, it's like 6,400 RPM. Once you pass that, engine will basically bounce and you lose power. Check it out, folks. 137 horsepower, 126 pound-feet of torque, 1.8 liter, 4-cylinder, valve-matic. Honestly, have no idea. That's a new one. Here's the good news. This one, which is the silver IM, has a 6-speed manual transmission. Throws are long and the engagement's very soft, but it's still a lot more fun than you would have, I don't know, maybe in another vehicle. And on top of all of that, this vehicle gets 31 miles per gallon combined. This one gets 32 miles per gallon combined. The blue one, which is the continuously variable transmission equipped vehicle, comes in at $20,334. The manual version here, yes, it's windy. The manual version here is $19,594. My foot's all the way down and the acceleration is mellow. Certainly keeps you from driving into anything, that's for sure. Now I have it in sport mode. I've driven it with the traction control off, and it's better on in this car, just in terms of general handling. Now, if you guys want to see how this did on a test drag strip, full test, check out the video of Roman versus Andre in the two Scion IMs. Look at this. I mean, all that ground effect, you would think this thing goes 200 miles per hour. No, it doesn't. For some of you, this looks great. For me, it's a little too much. The rest of the vehicle, I like the design quite a bit. Wheels are pretty nice too. Now, in terms of competition, and you got to really think about this because it's a big segment. You have vehicles like the Ford Focus hatchback, the Kia Forte, Hyundai Elantra GT, even the Volkswagen Golf, and then there are other vehicles in that same class as well, and they all are hatchbacks and they're all utilitarian because they're hatchbacks and because they have folding rear seats. Instead of having a twisting beam suspension, it has a fully independent rear suspension, which makes this vehicle much better in corners. A lot of economy cars that don't have that, they have the regular twisting beam suspension, and frankly, they are slow. Seats are pretty comfortable, and I can fit behind myself even though my knees kind of squish into the seats when I'm in the back. Still, I can have 3 children in the back seat very comfortably, and up front, you know, for the most part, it's just a simple, logical, and relatively well laid out interior. How much junk can you get in this trunk? Well, look at that. Apparently quite a bit. This can hold 20.8 cubic feet of space behind the rear seats, which is pretty good, but actually it's not, because the other competition does more. The Hyundai Elantra GT is 23 cubic feet of space behind the rear seats. Very, very much a decent cornering car, but because it's CVT, it just doesn't really get you much power. It's really built for economy. So what are you paying for? Well, you get 1 mile per gallon better gas mileage in the blue one, which has the CVT, and that's about it. But they're a very different vehicle, and because of that, what we do is we have a point system that starts from 10 for buy it, absolutely buy it, must buy it, and all the way down to, well, I don't think we've ever gotten past 4, which is forget it. I have here 2 different ratings, and the reason why is you knock down the points, they're actually right on the cusp of each other, but the silver one gets a lease it and the blue one gets a rent it. And the main reason is because that is more fun. For the Fast Lane Car, this is Nathan ADLEN. Don't forget to go to tflcar.com for news, views, and real world reviews. Bye. You gotta get the revs up as high as possible, and you gotta go up to red line and just past it for each shift.
Wow.
And you have to, and it's right before the rev limiter. It is sort of like this gray area, but 9 seconds in this car is as good as you're gonna get a mile above sea level, and we're exactly a mile above sea level here. All right, here we go. Oh, what a...